boarding. And earn 50,000 bonus miles after you spend $3,000 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. Plus, $0 intro annual fee for the first year, then $95. Learn more at theexplorercard.com.
As long as there is fear, as long as there is curiosity, as long as there are undiscovered corners of the earth, and as long as there is willingness and desire, then you are capable of more. This President's Day, lease some 2018 BMW X3 xDrive 30i for $499 per month.
You haven't seen the sun in like forever, so you search for a beach vacation. Sunny beaches, sandy beaches, big beaches, small beaches, until you're lost, searching for surfing dogs. But then you find VRBO, and they search millions of homes to find you the perfect beach house, where you all find your own rooms and a grill bigger than your kitchen back home. And you find that watching the love of your life teach the kids how to dive warms your heart even more than the sun. From beach houses to cabins to condos, find homes that match you at VRBO.
Court documents show that a 19-year-old ex-student has confessed to being the gunman in the Florida high school massacre. And we're learning a lot more about him tonight. I want to talk now with Javier Amador, a forensic psychologist. Dr. Amador, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. You said that this was all hiding in plain sight. So what jumps out to you the most here, and what are we learning?
I mean, what was hiding in plain sight are both warning signs of violence, the social media posts, the reports from fellow students at the school, the joking around that if anybody was going to ever be a school shooter, it was going to be him, and the warning signs of mental illness and mental health issues, the erratic behavior, the fact that the school wouldn't even let him into the school building with a backpack. I mean, I have kids that go to high school. You have to have your backpack. He had to carry a plastic bag. Clearly, he had major problems. Broward County Sheriff is saying, also hiding in plain sight, these are just facts that are out there. And his mother, not the sheriff's mother, Nicholas Cruz's mother's sister, is saying he had serious mental health problems. He was in mental health treatment for at least the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. Linda Cruz, his adopted mother who died last November 1st, was having a lot of difficulty with him, according to her sister. And he had not been to the clinic that he had been seen in, the mental health clinic, for at least a year. Again, this one is according to the Broward County Sheriff. Yeah. So there's just a lot of different things pointing to both propensity for violence, warning signs that he's going to be violent. He wants to be a professional school shooter.
Yeah, and again, that's according to the sheriff as well. Said his posts were full of weapons. Yeah, the Broward County Sheriff and the FBI. Very disturbing picture here. Posts were full of weapons and a declaration that he was going to be a professional school shooter. So what needs to change for a person like Cruz that it doesn't fall through the cracks again, if you think it fell through the cracks?
I think he absolutely fell through the cracks. I mean, the warning signs, and you know, I'm not just trying to be cute with the turn of a phrase. They were not hiding; they were in plain sight. And it reminds me of the Jared Loughner case, which I worked on, and where Jared Loughner had been expelled from Pima Community College. He had been served with papers that he needed to be psychiatrically evaluated to come back. The school, I don't know the details of what happened after he was expelled. But he was expelled in large part because of concerns about both violence and mental health issues. Was his mother, when he was expelled, given referrals? Was the police department called? Do they have crisis intervention team training? There are a lot of different ways that there could have been intervention. The mother could have been referred to an assertive community treatment team, to a mental health clinic. Maybe these things happen, maybe this will emerge, but somewhere along the line, both law enforcement and mental health, the mental health system didn't engage this family and didn't engage with him. One other quick point. Yeah. We're hearing a lot about premeditation, and usually people hear premeditation, they think evil or an ideological attack of some sort. If nothing else, premeditation means there was time, and there was time available to prevent this.
I always get in trouble when I say this. I don't like that term evil, because I think it absolves people of responsibility. You just say, oh, that person is evil, and then you go, well, that must be something, you know, supernatural, or you think about, you know, some sort of possession.
We stop asking why.
You stop asking why, and then you stop asking what, you know, Was it parenting? I'm not saying these parents or what happened in his childhood. Maybe he had some mental health issue that wasn't taken care of. That blanket term evil, to me, just sort of absolves everyone of responsibility. And just say, oh my gosh, this person is so evil. This was an evil, may have been an evil act, but it doesn't necessarily mean the person was evil. I'm not saying that, you know, it's good that this person did, but we need to look behind that whole evil thing and figure out exactly
and
what
look at the psychology of this person. And again, I think the most important question we can ask is, could this have been prevented? And you asked me that question, and I can tell you from my experience working on over 50 death penalty cases involving many of them multiple shootings like this, that there was plenty of warning signs. And we now have...
Can I play this before we run out of time? Let me just play the public defender so he can respond to it. Play that, please.
He's a broken human being. He's a broken child. He's sad, he's mournful, he's remorseful. He is fully aware of what is going on. And he's just a broken human being.
If he's truly remorseful, then, you know, there's the ideological track to this kind of an act, this horrific mass murder, and then there's the mental illness track. And they can mix with each other a bit, but not always. They're usually pretty separate. If he's remorseful, he's sounding very much to me, again, like this is somebody with untreated mental illness. Let me be clear, as I often am. Serious mental illness is not associated with increased violence. It's untreated mental illness. We have today, for the first time ever, a cabinet-level position, a mental health czar. Dr. McCants Katz is the Assistant Secretary for Mental Health. The budget that came out of Congress increased that mental health budget, and in there is prevention, school prevention, identification of mental